True champions aren't measured by their greatest victories. They're measured by how hard they can get hit, wipe themselves off, and keep pushing forward. The 2017 SML Colts were undefeated heading into the Super Bowl. The odds-on favorite to win it all. They got punched right in the mouth and didn't get up. Outplayed from the opening whistle, it was evident that this team did not have the grit or mental fortitude needed to win it all. Sometimes in life you win, and other times you learn. Watching a team do snow angels and the confetti that was supposed to rain on you is one of the worst feelings a competitor can feel. You replay the plays of a loss a million times more than the plays in a win. Players are bound to change. Different play calls are going to happen. But nothing has driven the Colts more to glory than the anguish of the 2017 season. This is a true story of how champions are made. This is the 2018 Indianapolis Colts, the redemption season.
With that, let's call in our commentator.
Game 1 was a new beginning. All offseason, we preached to be more physical. We wanted to run the ball effectively and get first downs. This would open up passing lanes on play-action passes. And when the passing game went well, that meant there'd be running holes, and that was exactly true, as we ran the ball effectively with second-year running back Nate Finley. This put pressure on the Tennessee Titans offense, and the Colts defense made opportunistic plays thanks to Lance Lewis, who returned an interception for a touchdown, putting the game out of reach for the Tennessee Titans. The third game wouldn't be as easy as the first. Being with the Barber is a great player who I've played many times. Most of our games were settled by one score or less, and this game seemed to be no different early in the game as we'd go back and forth. In the playoffs, we had a game where he had missed a game-winning field goal attempt, which helped me go to the AFC Championship. Bino was a great player, but this game, I made just enough plays to eke out another win, creating turnovers on defense and capitalizing on offense. The fourth game of the season, we knew we needed to have a hot start. T.Y. Hilton was the man to go to, as he scored a 65-yard touchdown on the first play of the game. This helped set the tone, and the defense made turnovers to help set us up in the red zone. The Philadelphia Eagles were a great opponent, but once again the defense helped set up the offense and helped us cash in. The ninth game of the season was a must-win game. The Colts were just coming off a second loss of the season against the Houston Texans. The one bright spot of hope was Nate Finley, who was returning from injury. The Colts took advantage of his running abilities, once again capitalizing with play-action passes to big play guy T.Y. Hilton, who made his name early and often in the game. This once again set up short yardage situations for Finley, and the defense stepped up, stuffing the run on 3rd and 1 at least 3 times. Once again, Andrew Luck had the ball, and he would find T.Y. Hilton for a big play. T.Y. would be great at stretching the field all season and running with the ball in his hands. This would put pressure on the New York Giants offense, making them force the issue, which fell right into the Indianapolis Colts game plan of creating turnovers and getting short fields. Thanks to big play guy Dre Archer, who caught a screen pass and took it for a touchdown, it helped the Colts put the nail in the coffin and get another victory in the midseason.
Now Williams. He needed two.
The 11th game of the season was against terrible two-step, a perennial SML playoff contender. We knew we had to come up big, but we didn't expect our defense to come up this big. The highlight of the game wasn't really our offense as much as our defense. The defense set up the offense, which helped us generate plenty of points and route to another victory in the middle of the season. Game 14 proved to be one of the toughest games of the season against one of our newest members, the Miami Dolphins owner. It was a back and forth game with a seesaw nature, as Miami would make big plays early in the game with Jay Ajayi. In a game where we kicked mostly field goals, we had a huge play right before halftime as the safety shifted, creating a seam right in the middle of the field. Shane Wynn, the Colts speedster, managed to get a touchdown, and we tried putting the pressure on the team, creating another big play from Andrew Luck on 3rd and 8. However, we forced the issue, making a rare mistake from Andrew Luck, who got intercepted, giving the Miami Dolphins new life. The big interception by the defense provided a spark for the Miami Dolphins offense. Who else to go to other than big play guy Jay Ajayi, who got a touchdown with just over 3 minutes left in the game. Andrew Luck had leaned on Nate Finley all season in key situations, so why not lean on him now? And he made big plays, getting first downs, running over Miami Dolphins defenders. The plan was just to get a first down and kick a field goal. However, Tyler Eifert made the big play, getting a touchdown to take the lead with just over a minute left. But Miami wasn't done yet. They were going out swinging like Rocky Balboa, making big chunk pass plays, setting up one last pass with just over 5 seconds left. The Dolphins threw it to the end zone in hopes for a win, but the Colts came up big, causing an incompletion and getting the win. In the 16th game of the season, the Colts looked to come into the playoffs hot. Meanwhile, the Jacksonville Jaguars were playing for a playoff spot. Andrew Luck had one of his best games of the season, cashing in with wide receiver T.Y. Hilton and getting the ball out quick and early and often. The Colts looked like the team fighting for their playoff lives. Meanwhile, the Jacksonville Jaguars looked stagnant. Andrew Luck and his team cruised into the playoffs with yet another victory, capping off the season at 14-2.
Always so.
Finally, after 16 games, the Colts find themselves back in the playoffs, and a chance for redemption. Standing in their way was the New England Patriots, a hard-nosed football team based on running the ball, completing quick short passes, and getting pressure on the quarterback. New England did just that as they got a controversial safety on Andrew Luck in the middle of the second quarter. After some early half struggles, the Colts found their rhythm, hitting big play guys Philip Dorsett and T.Y. Hilton on short passes, and Andrew Luck took it upon himself to get a quarterback sneak before half. Then Luck broke another tackle and beamed it 30 yards down the field to get a late touchdown. However, there was still a chance for comeback in the middle of the fourth quarter, and the quarterback dropped back to pass and hit Madden cover guy Rob Gronkowski, who was stripped of the football and also stripped of the playoff hopes of the New England Patriots as Doomerville scooped and scored and put the Colts in the AFC Championship game. Although the Indiana air was cold outside the stadium, the Colts offense was hot. They scored early and often against the Buffalo Bills, giving themselves a comfortable lead early in the game as Andrew Luck looked deep to T.Y. Hilton, who torched man-to-man coverage. The story seems to never get old for Colts fans. T.Y. Hilton has a big day, and it puts pressure on the opposing team offense, creating turnovers. The Colts defense capitalized and made 4 interceptions on Tyrod Taylor, en route to leading the Colts to yet another Super Bowl, with the chance to take down the Seattle Seahawks. The Colts were the AFC champions. The Colts were back in the Super Bowl. Standing in their way was the 15-1 Seattle Seahawks. The Colts opened up the game with the football, but Seattle opened up the game with some heavy blitzing that got to Andrew Luck. They sent a safety blitz and smashed Andrew, who fumbled the football, and Seattle soon recovered. Seattle quickly drove the ball down the field and got into field goal range. However, the Colts shifted momentum once again as Kyle Brenzel lined up for a field goal, but it was blocked, and the Colts ended up with the football. The Colts offense knew they had to score, as they weren't going to get many more gifts like that. Andrew Luck quickly led the team down the field, completing short passes to players like Jack Doyle. After completing the pass against the blitz, they had plenty of space to run. The offense faced a 3rd and 7 from the goal line, where Andrew Luck found Dante Moncrief for the Super Bowl's first touchdown. All season, it seemed like the Colts offense was on a mission. Whether there was pressure, no pressure, there was a blitz, or no blitz, Andrew Luck would seem to find the open guy, and that's exactly what he did in the middle of the 3rd quarter, scoring a long touchdown to T.Y. Hilton, ultimately putting the game away.
And the Lombardi Trophy will rest in Indianapolis. The Colts are the Super Bowl champions.
This win is sweet. The taste is pure. You see, true champions aren't measured by their greatest wins. They're measured by how hard they can get hit, wipe themselves off, and keep pushing forward. That's exactly what this team did. This game belonged to the Colts, but this season, well, it was the redemption season.